Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest is undefeated heavyweight prospect Lucas Armand. Hello, Lucas. How are you?
How's it going, brother?
And Lucas, you actually got a really, really good year, 2025. You won four fights. Right now, you are 5-0. So, if you can tell me when you are thinking about the like 12 months perspective from January 2025 to now, how happy are you about the progress that you made?
I'm very happy with the progress I've made. I, like you said, I'm undefeated. I went into this year willing to test myself, willing to put myself out there, and I feel like with each fight, I've been stepping up in competition, and I have I've won a lot of battles, man. So I'm very happy with the progress I've made, but still looking toward the future.
And actually, in your last fight, you beat UFC veteran Braxton Smith. So probably it was like a kind of big moment for you because in the end, he's a really good fighter. He's a UFC veteran. So this is the kind of win that can put you on the map.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. So that was a big moment for me. Trained really hard for that, and the results speak to that. I think that was my fastest professional fight. It lasted a minute 50 something seconds. I can't remember exactly, but less than 2 minutes. And to get a win like that over someone who is a UFC vet like Braxton, you know, it's a big accomplishment for me for sure.
And when you found out about this fight, did you feel any like additional stress that you know that you will be fighting against a fighter who fought in the UFC, or was it like a normal fight for you?
Um, Interestingly, I think I felt more calm than I have in some of my other fights. Um, I think just my entire experience in the sport leading me up to that is kind of what let me feel more calm in that situation. But I just felt ready, where I feel like in other fights, there's like that little bit of imposter syndrome. You know what I mean? Where it doesn't matter how many times you'd won. Like you always tell yourself like, oh, there's that little voice in the back of your head telling yourself like, oh, that might be a fluke. It's a fluke, and maybe I don't really deserve like the wins, and maybe I'm getting lucky and all those things. But by the time it was time for me to fight Braxton, I felt I deserved everything that I've earned so far, and everything that I'm looking to get. You know what I mean?
And actually, in your few of your previous fights, you also beat really good fighters. It's not that you fought against fighters who got more losses than wins. You won at least like a few really good against really good opponents. So I think that with your experience and also your amateur career, because you had like eight fights, you are quite experienced. And I think that this year, 2026, can be your year.
That's what I'm hoping, man. Yeah, uh, it's been a shorter career so far because I'm always so active. But that high activity rate definitely pushed me a lot farther in experience. I feel like than the time would suggest. You know what I mean?
And about your next fight, do you have any like plans or like maybe promotion that you want to fight in?
As long as I'm not booked, I'm open to fight wherever. And, obviously UFC is where I want to be. That's my ultimate goal. Um, and so anything that helps me get there, that's what I plan on doing. Now I'm fighting for two-piece promotions. Right now I'm their heavyweight champion here in Michigan. Right now we have a fight booked for March 7th. Uh, it's so we're working on getting that one booked, but defending my title there, and then wherever the cards land, that's where I'll be.
But I think that it's really good that you are an active fighter because in 1 year you rose from a 1-0 guy to 5-0 guy, and especially because heavyweight division is not super deep. I think that your road to get to the UFC can be actually a quite quick one.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm hoping. And all those, my entire pro career, that was all within 1 year. I think my first pro fight was November 16th of 2024, and then my last pro fight was November 22nd of 2025. So in just over a year's time, I was able to climb from an unranked professional to number one in Michigan and undefeated 5-0 record. So like I said, I'm really proud of that, especially from my background where I came from, and I am excited for the future. You know what I mean? I feel like as long as I stay on the grind and keep doing what I know I need to do, sky's the limit. You know.
And when I checked your name on Tapology, I saw that you had your first amateur bout when you were like around 26. And at that point, how much of the training? So how many years of like full MMA training did you have?
Not much, not much. I was only training MMA for maybe like a year. Before that, I had some boxing experience in high school, but that was like when I was like 17. You know what I mean? But once I start training, I'm really kind of like an all or nothing type of guy. If I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna really do it. So uh, I wasn't training just like once a week or anything. I was training damn near every day, for that year, and really just kind of made it my life. And it continues to just be one of the main focuses of my life, if not the main focus of my life. Um, so yeah, not too much training. Like I said, short amount of time, but intensity is high.
Yes, but I think that like for the bantamweight fighter, it would be really hard to start when he is like 24 or 25. But because you are heavyweight, because you can learn these skills quite quick, you actually got a UFC veteran on your record. So I think for the heavyweight it is possible, and you are like 30. So for heavyweight, it's definitely not the old. I think that it's like you have many years of great career ahead of you.
Thank you. I'm hoping, yeah, and I agree with you. You watch some of those smaller guys; they're just so technically sound, and so quick that I think they need those extra years of experience to reach the higher levels. You know what I mean? And the skill gap in heavyweight is large. If you know what I mean there. Like it's I believe you're able to progress a lot faster in the heavyweight division if you're able to learn. You know.
And in your training camps, do you have fighters like you, like big heavyweights, or at least like big light heavyweights that can give you good rounds that you can spar with?
Yeah, there are some amateurs that I roll with and I train with, along with some other pros. Um, I train a lot with smaller guys. I work at my main gym is Murcielago MMA. So I've trained a lot with people like Daquan Townsend and Chaos Williams. And then I just started working with Jackson Ross and Josh Parisian here in Michigan. And but I also train a lot with smaller guys, and that keeps my speed and cardio up, which I think sets me apart from a lot of other heavyweights.
And actually, in your fights, I think that you look quite good, like not only in the first round, but also later in the fight. And I think that in the heavyweight division, it also can be a key to be a really good fighter because not everybody is able to push the pace in like second or the third round.
I agree. I agree. I feel like a lot of heavyweights neglect their cardio. I think they rely on their size too much. Um, and I of course, strength train and want to be strong and things as well. But I keep speed and cardio as a large focus of my training.
And comparing to your amateur debut, so in last few years, did your training philosophy change in any area? So maybe in the recovery department, maybe in the sparring department, did anything change in your like training for this few years?
When I first started MMA, I started out at Coon MMA in Big Rapids, Michigan, and then since then I've moved to Grand Rapids and I train majorly at Murcielago MMA. Although I still train at Coon MMA, I claim both gyms. Um, but integrating Murcielago MMA and working with those guys over there has stepped up my game immensely. Um, I when I first started as well, my grappling was something to be desired. I was not very good grappler, uh, but I've made wrestling and jujitsu another large focus of my game, and I've been able to step that up. Especially my takedown defense has really gotten a lot better. So if anyone watches the tapes on me, they can see that, and yeah, just really focused on being a more complete, well-rounded fighter, both on the ground and standing.
And actually, right now on the regional scene, there is like one super big heavyweight name, and of course it's Gable Steveson. And if this kind of fight offer would appear for you, so but on the regional scene, would you be interested to take this fight?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. One of the main reasons why I got into this sport in the first place is to test myself. And Gable Stevenson, he's a big name. He's a good competitor, and I think no doubt, I think we would put on a good fight for the fans, no matter where that would be. And yeah, I'd be excited to take on that challenge. Definitely.
And about like UFC from heavyweights from the UFC, do you have maybe one, maybe few names that you are really like to watch?
I really enjoy the new prospect, Asplund, uh, from that just joined from Contender Series. Uh, I I really enjoy his story. I feel like me and him have similar stories as far as overcoming weight loss and, in my case, at least, um, addiction as well. And so I am, what's the word? I'm inspired by him, but also I feel like me and him are very similar, both in fighting styles and in story. So I like watching him.
Yes, and I think that he can be a big star. There are a lot of like uh, uh, like um, a movement around him. Let's say if people are talking about him. So I think that with this like kind of exposure, he can be a star in like maybe 1 or 2 years.
I agree. I agree, definitely. I see that as well.
And if the other big promotion would be interested in you, so maybe like PFL, maybe one, would you be willing to go there for a few fights?
I would be willing to. I don't know if I'd be willing to sign a long-term contract because UFC is my goal, and I'm not really ready to settle for anything less than that right now. Uh, But of course, if they won a single fight contract or something like that, obviously yes. I mean, I would jump on that, no problem.
And I think that actually, especially PFL, got some really good heavyweights. And of course, like UFC, it's always the best place. But in the end, this kind of organization like PFL can be a thing for the fighter for just like 2 or 3 years, just to get some experience, and then like the ability to go to the UFC with a little bit more experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's something I have to talk over more with my team. Right now, I don't have any management. I manage myself, and then working closely with my coaches and staff there. You know what I mean? Um, but if an opportunity like that arose, I would have to talk it over with my team. But my eyes are set firmly on the UFC right now.
And about your training, is any like drill or exercise that you really don't like, but you know that is like super necessary and it is beneficial for you?
Oh, let me think. Right now for cardio, I've been swimming. Uh, Personally, hate it. I'm not a good swimmer, and which sucked because when I started swimming, I thought I was a good swimmer, and then I actually started swimming for fun and swimming for exercise. Very different, very different, and very hard. But my girlfriend, or I'm sorry, fiance Madeline is kind of coaching me through that. She used to be a competitive swimmer when she was in high school, and so she's kind of like my swim coach there. And it's tough. It's tough, but it's necessary. It's a nice full body cardio exercise. Low impact.
And how many times do you swim a week?
Right now, we're swimming twice a week.
So it's actually except like your normal training in the training room is something much different because I don't know if like many fighters swims, so maybe it will be like secret weapon of yours.
I know. Keep it a secret. Keep it a secret.
And outside of MMA game, do you have any like hobbies or passions, but of course not related to MMA?
um, Not a whole lot, honestly. I got a pretty full plate right now. I work full time. I also go to school part time, and then I train full time on top of that. So any free time I have is mostly set towards training. I'm also planning a wedding this year, so don't have a lot of time for other hobbies. I mean, I like to go to concerts or something like that, if I have the chance, but not too much free time left.
So probably this year your hobby will be your wedding and planning of it.
Exactly. It's gonna be wedding and gym. Yeah. Wedding, gym, homework, sleep. That's pretty much it.
And for this year, do you have a fight from the UFC that you would like to see that you are like really looking forward to watch?
Hmm. Mm, Nothing particular comes to mind. I mean, Aspinall and Gane running that back would be nice. I don't know what's going on with Aspinall's eye, though, obviously. And yeah, I'm excited to see what the White House guard is supposed to be. You know what I mean? So I'm just excited for the this year in UFC in general, but no specific fights really come to mind besides that.
So if you would be a matchmaker and there you can put a main event for the White House from the current UFC roster, what do you think? What should be the main event?
I'd probably put Gon and Pereira for interim heavyweight champion while Aspinall's out for his eye injury. I think that would do numbers, and I'd just like to see it. I think that'd be awesome.
Yes, and first, probably there is a chance that it would be like first champion in three weight classes. So
Yeah,
probably not many people can even think about it.
exactly. I think that would be awesome. I would definitely love to see that.
Okay, Lucas. So many thanks for the time and for conversation. I hope that you will be as active as this year. That you will win as some fight on the regional scene, and then later this year we can see you in the UFC.
Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate you having me on.